I have some new collage sheets for you guys for the month of June. I love them. They're so bright and colorful and whimsical and fun. I'm going to be playing with these as well as some collage sheets from my good pals and their Patreon accounts. And I'm going to be working in my new composition notebook journal. So stick around, you'll get some ideas. Hey guys, it's Jen. I hope you guys are doing really well. And I hope that you are being creative and getting some of your art out there. I hope you enjoy this video. I'm gonna do a journal spread in the composition book that I started, the composition notebook. I've only done one of these before, but I cut it with my paper cutter. I got like a guillotine kind of thing. But yeah, I've only done one, and so I wanted to go back and try the bigger size just to see how it is. I was doing a small little short-term journal, but it got a little tedious to keep making them so often. So yeah, I'm inspired by a lot of other videos where people have created journal spreads on composition notebooks. So I'm playing with it, and I'm doing all kinds of different types of journaling spreads and journal prompts using like a technique that I've developed, as well as looking up little prompts here and there in new books that I have. I have Journal Sparks and Syllabus. That's by Linda Berry. And another book called Collage Your Life. I don't think that one's really geared towards journals, but I'm going to see if I can adapt it to make some journal spreads. So for today's spread, I was really inspired by Susie's Tiny Desk. On her Patreon, she usually does like a daily journaling Hobonichi spread, but she recently did she has a composition book, and she made a beautiful journaling spread in that book. So I was inspired by her, so I decided, why not? I'm going to try to do the watercolor background. I usually just use a marker in the background and then try to water it down, but it hasn't been very successful in this notebook. So yeah, I think the watercolor is working out a lot better. It drags more across the page, so you can get more of like a blob or shape. So yeah, and she used collage paper in her journal, which I love. I've always used like hand painted papers and stuff. So I really liked how hers turned out, so I wanted to try it for myself. Yeah, so the watercolors I got from Tara from Terribly Creative. She sent me little samples for free, and I adore them. They worked really well on this paper, and I love the shimmer and the texture that they provide. So I think now that I've tried this out, I really do like the watercolors, especially for this kind of notebook paper. So you don't necessarily have to buy an expensive journal or notebook like a Hobonichi kind of thing. You can use just a regular, composition book for this and use the watercolor. So then I grabbed some collage paper. This is like a project that my daughter did in her art class, the tissue paper, and I thought it was just so beautiful, and I kept it. I did scan it, and I do have a plan of posting a bonus for my Patreon subscribers where you'll get a nice quality print of that paper that she made, and she's 8 years old. So yeah, it would be pretty cool to have a piece of our life intertwined and woven into your journal, into your life. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, just spaced out evenly all of my textures and colors, and tried to get a good balance across the two sheets of paper. And yeah, I'm not going to do all of my journal spreads like this. I used to do this all the time in every single spread, and put in all kinds of ephemera and fussy cut images out of vintage children's books. But it was really time consuming to do every single page like that. And I started to feel like it was a work of art instead of something personal for me, a quick journal spread to capture things. And I wasn't memory keeping or even, jotting down ideas or dreams or questions, because I thought, okay, the journal is supposed to do a specific thing and it's supposed to look a specific way. So that's why I started to do the little punk journals a few videos back. And it became so easy and so just, yeah, just so easy. So, so yeah, I'm applying that technique here with the watercolor and the collage. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do this every time, but I definitely do like it. And the way I did it, I think here is pretty simple. And I'm just using regular masking tape just so things are cohesive and I don't have to select, any. It's just something less to prevent me from getting my journaling done. So, but yeah, this spread took a little bit of time to put together. I was really kind of making it, artistic and everything, but it was still fun. It was relaxing and I did enjoy it. I just don't think I can keep up, this style forever. But yeah, a couple spreads back, you'll see it when I do a flip through. I just used marker in the background and I tried to water it down, but it just didn't drag. Even though the markers are water soluble, I used Tombows, it just didn't drag enough. It soaked immediately into the paper. So it kind of looks like old and like tea stained almost. And I put a couple pictures on it and then did my writing. But yeah, I really liked this a lot better, because it was real like watercolor. So yeah, but on the last spread, I didn't really use a lot of collage sheets, from other creators on that one, because my plan is to go back through my pages and add them later, like do things in, stages to make it easier. And so, but on this spread, I'm just doing everything all at once. But it didn't really take that long at all. I think I worked on this for about an hour. So, but anyway, that TV there is from my collection. And I put a face in it from Susie's Tiny Desk. And the flower as well is from her, as well as that butterfly. But yeah, what I've started doing is mixing in pictures that are inspiring to me, projects that I've come across online and I really like and want to remember them. I mix them in my journal with the regular pictures, like from my own personal life. And so those images are old collages that Carrie Smith, the artist, made, because I told you guys I looked at the Wayback Machine to find her blog. I don't even know if that's like appropriate or not. I don't know, but I didn't read all of it. But yeah, I saw some of these collages she made in her journals, and I just loved them. So I did a little screenshot. And I do that. If I watch like a course or something, I'll take a screenshot of something inspiring, or I'll save the images from Pinterest. And once a week, I put together a collage of like all the photos that I want to add to my journal, and I'll print them out on a sheet of paper. And I just use my Epson printer, which I would love to change to like a mobile picture thing, like the Canon selfie thing. I'm just not sure yet. I think the pictures do come out like looking cool, and bright and like shiny, compared to these. But yeah, we'll see. I usually just kind of set like a priority list of things that I want to add to my arsenal. And yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking of just leaning towards the watercolors for now, to invest in a little palette of those. So if you guys have any suggestions on a watercolor palette, I would love to hear from you, and as well as like brushes. I do have some old watercolor brushes that I could use to get started. So yeah, you let me know if you have any suggestions. And here I really love these mild liners. This is what I use when I have less time, and I make like gridded backgrounds or lines, some kind of pattern in the background, and then I will write over it and tape in some images. So yeah, I just use that to add a little more design in the background. And yeah, I decided to get my little fountain pen out and try it out. And yeah, it turned out pretty well. It was writing really well on the composition notebook. But yeah, when I would go over some of the watercolor spots or the marker, the ink would feather out. But I really don't mind. It was really pretty, actually. So here I just journaled. This is also what Susie's Tiny Desk did. She like journaled, you know, in all the empty spots. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I don't know if I have any news for you guys. I just had the kids home for the summer, and it's just been hard to find time to fit in like videos and working on art, but we're getting through it. And the kids are a lot less on tech for this summer, so that's good. They're not on the internet or video gaming as much as they did last year. So they're actually getting out and riding bikes. So I'm really happy about that. And I think that's what I wrote about in this spread. I have some pictures of my kids playing in a little sandbox I made for them. I had a little project storage bin that I wasn't using, and I had a bag of sand from Home Depot that we used to plant some wildflowers. And it was like their first day home for summer, and I said, oh, here's an activity. I used to do that a lot for them when they were little, just come up with like all these invitations to create and play, you know. So that reminded me of when they were young. And that's an image from Pocket Journal Pam. I love her stuff so much. And yeah, just writing about being present and in nature, and just trying my best to get off of social media as much as possible. Yeah, whenever I post, I do peek at a lot of people's work and their journal spreads and what they've been working on lately, and I do enjoy seeing that a lot. I don't like seeing the ads and like after every two posts an ad and ad and ad. So that's rough, but yeah, and so I've been using these office stickers. I really like this technique instead of having to collect and go through a ton of stickers. That was another roadblock of mine, which was taking up too much time. So I would spend like 2 to 3 hours like on a journal spread going through all of my supplies. Oh, this is the other thing. Susie did like a black mark around the whole entire like 2 pages of the spread, which I usually do like around certain items within a spread. Like I box in pictures or like a large journaling area, but she did the whole 2 pages in the spread, and I thought that was really brilliant because it just puts everything together, you know. It just sets it. I don't know. I don't know. It's amazing. So yeah, I would suggest her Patreon. It's really helpful, and I love her art. Absolutely love it. Yeah. I don't know what else. What was I saying before? I don't know. Yeah, so this is the first time I've gotten my Caran d'Ache crayons out in a while. Oh yeah, I was talking about stickers like being like, a roadblock to journaling. So that's the other thing. I've just been trying to be like really minimal in the supplies that I use. So it's really just been other people's art from collage sheets, glue, and Tombow and mild liner markers, and a pen, basically, and masking tape, and the office stickers. So I don't have to really dig through anything. So I really hope that this has been helpful for you guys, and this gives another glimpse into an easy way of journaling. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you'll stick with me and follow, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I would love to hear what you have to say down below. And remember, you guys are talented, you're creative, you're artful, you're an artist. You just got to do what comes out, let it out. Okay, guys, have a great weekend.